Well, and with that, hello to Friday's stream, where we go on with Gothic II. And this should be it. I am a little bit pumped because I won't have any help from Cardiff today. So, cheers to you. Sorry, I need to actually hop out for once. I'm gonna check something. I was under the impression that I was hearing the sound double time. No. Okay, good. This is a little bit, I don't want to say the nasty part, but the weird part with Gothic that, you know, it's an old game, yes, and we can't tab out. That obviously ain't that nice, but let's then just go. And there's a missing people quest, right? The missing people, and there's another quest where we are actually gonna join a faction. So let's see what we are going to make today.
What exactly do you do here at the harbor?
I'm doing what we all do. I fulfill the tasks the water mages give me. Some of the missing people were fishermen. They disappeared along with their boats. That's why I'm standing here, watching the harbor. Maybe something will happen yet, but you could help me. Listen, I shall give you my aquamarine ring. It signifies that the bearer belongs to the ring of water. If you wear my ring, the rest of us will know that you're acting on my behalf. Get someone to take over my duties so that I can take the ornament back. One of us is always keeping an eye on the marketplace, but I don't know whose turn it is. You had better go talk to all those standing around there. Once the right man sees my aquamarine ring on you, he will let you know. Tell him to see to it that somebody else takes over here at the harbor.
I must talk to the Paladins by any means.
What do you want from them?
They've got a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos. I must have it.
And you think they'll give it to you? You'll never get into the upper end of town.
Do you know why the Paladins are here?
Nobody knows for sure. Lots of people think it's because of the orcs, but I think there's another reason. It probably has something to do with the old penal colony.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
The ring is to the water mages what the Paladins are to the fire magicians. But, unlike the Paladins, we operate in the background. The ring is a mighty weapon in the battle against the dangers that threaten the people of Cardiff. But this only works as long as we keep the identity of all those secret who belong to the Ring of Water. So keep this to yourself.
Sure. Vatras said you could help me join a community.
Getting tired of being the underdog, are you? All right, I see your point. I can exert my influence with the mercenaries if you want to join Lee. And I'm sure we can find a way to get you into the monastery soon. But the easiest thing would certainly be for you to join the militia. Which community do you prefer?
The mercenaries.
I'm sure that Lee will accept you. But first, you're going to have to pass a test. Go and talk to Cord on Onar's farm. He can help you with your test. Tell him that you reside beneath my wing. You'll understand.
About those missing people. Tell me what you know.
The first was William, one of the fishermen here in Cardiff. One day, he simply didn't return. At first we thought that one of those sea monsters out there had eaten him in his boat for breakfast. But not too long afterwards, other people started disappearing from the town and the surroundings. Pretty random events, though. Everyone's at a loss so far. The way it looks, we'll just have to wait until we finally stumble across a clue.
Isn't this a case for the militia?
The militia is pretty useless if you ask me. They're never going to clear this up. The missing people have just vanished into thin air.
I want to join the Ring of Water.
That's fine with me. But the decision about whether you will be accepted or not lies with the water mages alone.
What did you do to impress the water mages?
I protected them for a long time when we were still living with the barrier, and they have plenty of reason to be grateful to me.
What's it like to belong to the ring?
We are very different from the usual communities you can join here in Carinus. Once you're one of us, we're not going to ask anything of you that you are not ready to do. The only thing we truly require of you is to keep quiet. We work in secret and do not want to let outsiders know who our members are. We shall keep an eye on you. Everything else remains to be seen.
I see. About those missing people. Isn't this a case for the militia?
The militia is pretty useless if they're never going.
Tell me what you know.
The first was William, one of the fishermen here in Carinus. One day he simply didn't return. At first we thought that one of those sea monsters out there had eaten him in his boat for breakfast. But not too long afterwards, other people started disappearing from the town and the surroundings. Pretty random events, though. Everyone's at a loss so far. The way it looks, we'll just have to wait until we finally stumble across a clue.
Okay, let's go.
I cannot leave here until we know more about the missing people, or someone else takes over my duties.
You already know what I think. Nothing's ever gonna change.
Okay, that then is actually quite cool. A simple way to the mercenaries. Lares said that the mercenary could make life on the landowner's farm easier for me. The question is which farm that actually is. I assume it is not the farm we were at the last time. Or not the last time, but the last stream. I just say we then stroll a little bit through the harbor. And
hey, you! Where you going? No matter what your plans are, there'll be plenty of time later. You're right in front of the Pearl of Carinus, the Red Lantern. This is the most beautiful brothel in all of Myrtana, damn it. Sailors from the most remote corners of the world dock here just to spend a few nights in the Red Lantern. And now, it's you who has the chance, nay, the honor of spending a night with Nadia, the most passionate flower of the gods. Come on in, and you're going to experience what others cannot even dream of.
okay, we have saved. That is the very, very good part. So let's see what... it's actually being said to us. At one point you have seen it is 7 o'clock, so at one point we definitely gotta sleep.
Talk to Bromar if you want to have some fun.
But this, I would like to have fun, but I assume it is gonna cost some coin.
Are you the one who runs this place?
I am Bromo, this is my house, and these are my girls. I like my girls. And if you like my girls too, then you'll pay for it, 50 gold pieces. And don't get the idea of making trouble here.
Are all your girls accounted for?
Of course they are. Or do you think I want to go to jail over something like that?
I wasn't asking about your payroll. I mean, are they all present, or have any gone missing?
Oh yeah. Actually, one of my girls has up and left. Her name's Lucia. I reported it to the militia too, but they claim they haven't found a trace of her yet.
I don't believe that.
How long has Lucia been missing?
Several days. I don't know exactly how long.
Talks too much.
I assume she ran off with one of her suitors, eh? That beach made off with part of my savings, a really valuable golden dish, huh? If I get hold of her, I'll give her what for. So how is that any business of yours, huh? Do you want to have fun or not?
No, not now. We are not actually right now worthy in a sense of money, right? So that is now not going to be a point to do. We wanna find missing people, so we got to do a lot of talking, and maybe we even make it joining a faction. That would be a nice thing, right?
You look a little worse for wear. Haven't slept in a long time, have you?
Too long, I should say.
Come on, step closer. With me, you'll find what you're looking for.
You said that you've got what I need. Does that include information?
But of course, what is it you want to know?
Are there any other traders here at the harbor?
If you keep to the left at the quay, you'll find Helvor, my husband. He sells fish. On the other side, there's Brahim, the cartographer.
And this guy we should actually talk to, I think, because he has a map, I guess, and that is what we are missing, if we are even able to buy it at this point.
Do you know anyone from the upper quarter?
If I knew anyone up there, I wouldn't be standing here, my boy.
What interesting things are there to see around the harbor?
Well, if you're looking for some action, you can go down to Cardiff's Inn at the quay. There's always something brewing there. You can hardly miss it. The guy standing by the entrance there will certainly draw your attention to it. Besides that, there's the large ship of the Paladins, the King's stately war galley. That one's really worth seeing. You'll find it if you keep left at the quay and then pass under the high rock face.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
You could say so. It wasn't that long ago. A thief ran by here. He must have stolen a bow in the lower part of the city. Of course, the militia came here way too late, like always. He got away from them, just jumped into the harbor, and he was gone.
Show me your wares.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
Okay, that's actually not too interesting, right? Okay, we don't want to buy fish, actually. So I'll take a quick look what is actually over here.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Okay, I'm totally lost here. I obviously haven't played this game in the old days, so I haven't played the first part, so this is everything here is actually very new, and I obviously need to get used to a little bit here. Okay, that's actually good. We sleep until the next morning to skip the dark part of this game, right? And is this the ship of the Paladins? Could it be? Although I hope I, on the one hand, did not steal the fish soup, so to say. Let's see. I know, before anything bad happens, we are quickly gonna save the game. Gotta be careful here, right?
Where do you think you're going?
I wanted to...
There's nothing here to see. Now move along.
Okay, they're just throwing us out.
I want to get aboard the ship.
No one may enter the ship. I have my orders. I shall kill anyone who enters the ship without authorization. In the name of Innos, I shall defend the ship with my life.
Okay, the twins obviously won't let us on the ship, which was what I kind of expected. Alright, there is some sort of enemy, and I am intrigued to actually kill that one, and then we are going to take a look if there is anything out of not out of interest, but anything interesting in the back. Sorry that I'm actually talking to everyone here, but this is just me.
How are things?
You don't seriously expect me to answer that question, boy?
What are you Paladins doing here in Khorinis?
People who ask questions like that wind up on the gallows before they know it. If there's one thing Lord Andre cannot afford, it's having knowledge of our mission falling into the hands of spies. So, you'd better watch out what you ask.
Who's in command here?
The Honorable Lord Hagen. But Lord Andre is responsible for all the matters concerning the simple folk. You'll find him in the barracks. Maybe you'll get lucky and he'll devote a few minutes of his valuable time to you.
I want to become a paladin.
You? Don't make me laugh. You're not even a member of the city guard. If I couldn't plainly see what a dense yokel you are, I'd think you were trying to insult me. Only the best of the best among the faithful followers of the king and our Lord Innos are accepted as paladins.
What can you tell me about this area?
You are now in the harbor district. Where do you want to go?
Thanks, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay, that didn't bring us any... didn't get us any progress. I was thinking maybe asking him about the farm or the mercenaries, but that was not possible. Can we just go through the program? Okay, weird. Accepted. I now wish, actually, that I would have played this game back in the day when it was released, 2003. But I don't know why I just bloody ignored this game. Might have been nice to actually experience this game. Let me quickly save before we engage the bad boy. Might have been nice to engage this game once, back in the day when it has been released. No, we are not going to engage that lizard. That is lesson learned. That's always, for me, I by now actually would just say that most of the enemies are actually too hard to kill. But well. Okay, free fish. I wonder, I'm gonna take a little look into the inventory in a second. I'm not certain if we need to cook the fish. Give me that one too, please. Okay, one look. Tap is inventory, very important. Let me see. Oh, these guys we can actually open up at one point, probably at the end of the stream if I think about it. Okay, hit point bonus 5. Value 15, hit point bonus 6. So the meat is not that. Okay, I cannot interact with the fire, at least I didn't see that. Ah, there we go. So I'm intrigued to find out what if we have a hit point increase. I'm always press 12, okay. Sorry, that might be boring, but for 12 hit points or 6 hit points more, which are then, so to say, being regenerated. I think this is absolutely worth it. A little bit weird that he just needs to put it in there for a second, but well, I don't argue about that. 2 more times with the meat. And hopefully then he's gonna put in the fish.
What with?
Well, we have fish, but fair enough. Okay, this was obviously quite worth to go by. 10. Okay, fish soup. In my opinion, because we found some food, which I like. Okay, there we can't go. That's too bad. So looting in this game obviously is very, very important. And on the other hand, I would say with a endless inventory, we can actually pick everything up. Oh, hello. Okay, let's then talk to this. Oh, more fish. I'm sorry, I'm so greedy. Why ever there's so much fish lying around? Oh, that a clam. All right.
Hey, you!
You're a fisherman?
Now, how did you ever guess that? Can't you simply leave me alone? Don't take it personally, but I haven't been too happy lately. It's that militia.
Trouble with the militia?
Those bastards keep coming here and taking whatever they want. Last week, they made off with my entire catch. It's for a good cause, they said. I know that everybody's got to fend for himself since the farmers have stopped trading. And of course, sometimes people just go hungry. Small wonder that they're snatching the fish from right under my nose. But if they keep doing this, I won't even have enough to feed myself.
Have you talked to the Paladins about this?
Are you joking? Do you really think they'd be interested if a poor devil like me has his problems with the militia?
Maybe I can help you.
I don't know. I suppose you'd have to know somebody from the militia who has connections to the Paladins. The Paladins will hardly buy the fish from me.
I shall see what I can do. Can you tell me something about the missing people?
My friend William started hanging out with a bunch of shady characters. And where did it get him? One day he simply didn't show up for work. And that's the last we saw of him.
Your buddy William has disappeared?
So he has. He's a fisherman, but a little too big for his boots, I should add. He should have stayed well away from that bunch.
When did you last see him?
Only a few days ago.
Maybe he just went out to sea to fish.
That's not very likely. His boat is still moored in the harbor.
What's he been up to?
William had some shady dealings with those crooks. I think it was all about contraband that he sold to the bastards.
He'll surface again.
I don't think so. He's been gone for too long already. I'm afraid that I'll be dragging his body from the sea at some point.
What bastards would those be?
I don't know who they are or what their business is here in Corinus. I only know the place where they met up with William. I just happened to see William there when I was fishing in the bay.
Where exactly is that meeting place?
There's a bay opposite the harbor, north of here. You can only reach it by boat or swim. There's a beach there and a small fishing camp. That's where I saw them.
I think I've heard enough.
Spare yourself the effort. I don't believe you'll find him.
So, how are the fish biting?
I've seen better times. Too little to live on, too much to die.
All right. The question is when we are actually going to go after that. Come on, don't focus on him, please. I'm basically stealing here. I don't know if that is actually good or not. Whether there's actually any indication if, or whether at one point this is going to kick us in the ass, which is quite possible, obviously.
I couldn't care less.
You never know.
Hey,
Let's see if they have... Okay, they have basically the same conversation options.
You already know what I think.
hey.
You listen to the wrong people.
Enos deals out fair punishment.
How do I go about becoming a citizen of this town?
You want to settle here? Now? When all the signs are pointing towards the end of the world?
I wasn't planning on staying forever.
Well, if you want my advice, you should hot-foot it out of here as long as you still can. But if you insist, you should talk to one of the influential citizens here.
And who are they?
Who are the influential citizens of Corinus?
Try the blacksmith or the carpenter in the lower part of town. You'll find a few other well-respected masters there, too. If anyone here besides the city guards and the Paladins has anything to say, then it's these men.
Alright, thank you for the conversation. So we haven't been here. Ah, wait a second. Can we actually cook the fish here?
He talks too much. He simply talks too much.
Okay, no.
That's not what I heard.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
And the twins are talking to each other. Okay, so I stop asking citizens. They obviously
Tell her anything.
always, so to say,
Really?
offer
How interesting.
the same conversation.
Really? How interesting.
And I don't know why there aren't any... Many buildings don't have doors, that is fair enough, but I should be careful not getting into them. That might end up ugly.
What led you into this poor area? What are you looking for here?
I'm just looking around a bit.
Ha! Then you better not be caught looking around. It would seem that we have a few thieves in the city who would steal stuff from the rich people. The city guard recently turned the harbor district upside down, but they didn't find anything.
What do you know about the thieves?
Nothing. But all the citizens are scared and have become distrustful, particularly towards strangers. Don't get caught in strange houses. No one takes kindly to that. Yeah, you gotta protect yourself against thieves. A sturdy cudgel works best.
Can you teach me anything?
I'm forging a few fittings and nails and repairing iron parts. But I don't know enough about forging weapons to be able to instruct you. If you want to learn that, go see Harad. He sure knows how to forge weapons. But if you want to train your muscles a bit, well, I can help you with that.
How much do you charge for the training?
50 gold pieces, and I'll help you to become stronger.
That's actually a nice option, which I might need for the next time. We currently don't have any learning points, so I don't know how that's
What
actually
with?
come together, and I don't know what we can do with the water. Okay, this part of town may hold some more secrets,
Talks too much.
but
Everybody knows by now.
not for now. So let's then talk to this wonderful lady. She has a name.
What are you cooking there?
Oh, fish soup. It's not all that tasty, but at least it's hot. You can try a plateful, if you like.
What can you tell me about the city?
Most citizens in this town are afraid of thieves. Therefore, it's not a good idea to enter strange houses. But if you're looking for a place to stay overnight, you're welcome to sleep in my hut. There's an extra bed that you can have.
Aren't you afraid of thieves?
The only valuable thing that I ever owned has already been taken. Oh, someone stole my statue of Enos.
Could you cook me some soup?
I cook for everybody. For you too, if you want. All you need to do is bring me a fish.
We have plenty.
Could you cook me some soup?
Nothing could be simpler.
Could you cook me some...
No, not today.
Okay, 1 soup a day. Nice to know. Thank you, lady. She had a wonderful accent, right? Okay, now with the thieves going through the city, it then makes at least a little tinsy bit sense that once entering a open building, we are in trouble. So there's the Mo guy, which gave us a little bit of trouble the last time. Let me just quickly save the game. Is he directly going to attack us? No, not anymore. That's good. Okay, with him we already talked in the beginning.
Hey!
Ahoy, you landlubber. Looks like you're stranded here. You look a bit pale around the gills. Never mind, my lad. All you need is a good stiff sea breeze.
What are you doing here?
Back when I was a young man, I went to sea and rode through many a big storm. No big deal, not at all. But that old tower came closest to what I call a home. I haven't been up there in ages.
Why not?
Ever since these scallywags took over my lighthouse, I haven't dared get closer to it than 20 feet. Really bad rabble, that. They're criminals from the Valley of Mind, you know. There was this big bang on the other side of the mountains, and they swarmed all over the land like flies. Now they're hiding out everywhere, even in my lighthouse. I think they're on the lookout for any ship they can raid. Ah, let them. Then at least they'd be out of my tower.
Do you come to town often?
I always say a town is only as good as its harbor. A harbor is the gate to the world. That's where everyone meets and where everything starts. Once the harbor goes to the dogs, the rest of the city will follow soon.
Tell me about the harbor.
The harbor of Corinus isn't what it used to be. There's nothing but riffraff hanging about. The ships don't come anymore, and trade is dead. This harbor's about to go under.
So why don't you leave?
Nobody would take an old sea dog like me on his ship these days. Most people think that old Jack's got the gout in his rotten old bones.
And? Are they right?
Balderdash. Once I've got those planks beneath me feet again, I'll feel like a young whippersnapper.
What do you mean by riffraff?
Look at them, the lazy rabble. Most of them don't even know what work is. All they do is drink all day and spend their last pay at the brothel. I tell you, stay away from them.
Why are the ships no longer coming?
They all say that once the war is over, everything will be like it used to be. That's a load of bilge water. I tell you, a sailor can see when a town's going downhill. A sailor feels that in his blood, and I can tell you, forget about this harbor. Its heyday's over.
Okay, that's... well, I wanted to say drastic, but... a sad description. Brahim, wasn't this the map guy?
What are you doing here?
My name is Brahim. I draw maps and sell them. Since you're new here, maybe you could use a map of the city? It's quite affordable, and very useful until you know your way around.
Is it true that some townspeople have simply vanished?
So I've heard, but I'm not sure whether it's really true. Just look around you.
Does this rat hole look like the place where you want to spend your golden years? Small wonder that people are getting themselves out of here.
Show me your maps.
Okay, it is actually way too expensive. Okay, city map of Corinus and a land map of Corinus. The thing is, at least that is my current opinion, as not being too much in the game right now, that the city map is not as useful, but the land map will be.
Come back again later. I'm sure to have something new for you then.
Cheers, mate. Will be obviously better later on once we have the gold for that.
What are you doing here?
I'm building a ship because I want to get out of here as fast as I can. But the way it looks right now, this ship will never be finished.
Why are you in such a hurry?
Soon the orcs will come and burn down the city.
What makes you think that?
Boy, have you noticed the Paladins running around everywhere? Why do you think they're here? I tell you, they're here because the orcs will attack soon, and that won't be pretty.
Can I help you somehow?
Yes, you can. Find out what the Paladins are planning. I want to know why they're here. And I have to know if the orcs will attack, and how far from the city they are. One of the bastards was even seen outside the city. Just bring me all the information you can get. I need to know how much time I have left to finish the boat.
What's going on at the harbor?
The orcs are breathing down our necks and you're asking about the harbor?
I only wanted to...
The biggest problem we have is that there aren't enough ships in the harbor to get us out of here. To be honest, there's only one ship here, and that belongs to the Paladins. They certainly won't let us get out of here with that.
Why can't you finish your ship?
Oh, we have thousands of problems. The hull still isn't stable, and it's still missing a lot of boards. But I have hardly any gold left to buy new material with, and the last delivery had bugs in it. My boys don't work productively. One wants a fast ship above all else, the other one is worried about the figurehead. As if we didn't have more important things to do. Also, one of my people is simply not showing up for work anymore. I'm beginning to fear that this will delay the construction even more.
You're one worker short?
Yes. His name is Monty. He's vanished into thin air. That lazy pig is probably living the high life on a farm somewhere. I should never have paid him in advance.
I've heard that other people have gone missing too.
Just what I'm saying. That's where the evil starts. Farum the fisherman told me something similar. His buddy William is no longer around. I bet that the orcs are behind all this.
Little fun fact: in my golden days of pro gaming, well, not pro gaming, but playing Counter-Strike Source, with a war team back in the day, my nickname was actually Monty. Used that name for a very, very long time. Nice memories to remember. Okay. You know it, looting is very, very important. There's a dude up there. Let's see what he's gonna tell us. And we already know of 2 guys missing. Let's see how many we are then in the end going to find. Okay, basically this conversation we already have had with the, well, normal citizens, so to say, if you can even say it like that. So no need to go through that conversation again. Let me take a little look in the inventory, right? I forgot his name. I am obviously very, very bad with name, but fun fact, it stands. Oh, we could have sold that for 1,300. Anyways, the ring belongs to Laris. Recognition sign of the ring
Hear ye, inhabitants of water.
of water.
Order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree this moment onward, Lord Andre will take the supreme command of our militia. All the citizens of this city who have
Does
martial
that mean
skills at their disposal are
we are now actually able to enter?
You still
oh my
owe
goodness.
me a favor. It is time to pay your debt.
What do you want?
I want my old stall in the marketplace back. Sarah snatched it away from me, but she has had that spot long enough. I want her to give up the stall.
And what's my part in this?
I will give you a letter to stick in her pocket. Then you go to Andre and tell him that Sarah is selling weapons to Onar. She lands in prison, you pocket the bounty, and I get the stall. You have 2 days to accomplish this.
No, I want no part of this.
That was the wrong decision, boy. We shall speak again.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
Oh god. I actually, I forgot that. Very, very bad, since we got the letter from him in order to enter the town. I should have actually walked around him. That's too bad. Well, let's see then what he's having in store for us once he's actually then going to come after us.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm training the boys to use a crossbow and help them become a little more dexterous.
Could you train me?
No, I only train the men in the service of the king, nobody else. But we can always use good people. So if you want to join the militia, go talk to Lord Andre.
Okay, that's still the big question. What faction do we join? It actually... I have no information on factions here. But it somehow draws me more to the mercenaries. Because what I've learned in the last stream, obviously, that we...
I won't tell her a thing.
I would like to play this game more close combat based and not magically. So for me, that is actually the way to go. So it draws me to either the militia or the mercenaries and not to the mages. On the other hand,
saw that this way nothing could exist at all. No light.
on the other hand,
no
I don't
darkness.
know much about factions.
Well, what have we here?
And so
Have you
he
no
set
manners?
himself between
That's
his brothers
disgusting.
in order
Oh,
to
is this
reconcile
filthy
their
rabble?
dispute.
Haven't you a
And
job
he
where you ought to
did
be?
not
But I
succeed.
suppose no one would miss a down-at-heel fellow like you, hey?
There,
Well, if you
where
had as
Adanos
much gold as
stood,
I
was
do,
a
you wouldn't
place in
have to
which
work
Enos
either.
and Beliar
But you'll never be
had
that
no
rich.
power.
I see I'm gonna have lots of fun with you.
That in this place, order and chaos were equal. And so
We are
the
going
sea
to
was created.
save in case something bad is going to happen here. Like a little fight. So let's talk to him again.
I asked you who you
And the
are.
sea
I am
released the
Valentino,
land,
the
and there
handsome,
arose
bon
all
vivant and
creatures,
ladies' man.
trees
Poor in
as
cares,
well as
rich in wisdom and gold, and the
wolves
women
as
throw
well as
themselves
sheep.
at me.
Last
If you
of
have
all
problems, keep them. I
arose
don't need
the
them.
human. And Adanos was pleased with what had arisen.
Do you have anything else to tell
He
me?
delighted
Make
in all
yourself
the
popular,
beings
never
equal.
promise anything to anyone, take what you can, and watch out
But
that
so
you don't get into a
great was the
quarrel with
wrath
the
of
militia.
Beliar
Or with
that he
jealous
came
husbands,
across
of
the
course.
land
They're the
and
worst, let me
chose
tell you.
The beast, and Beliar spoke to it.
Looks
and
like
the
I'm gonna
beast
have to teach you
became
some
his
manners.
Subject.
Doesn't matter to
And
me.
Beliar
Thrash me all you
gave
want. When I
unto
get
it a
up tomorrow, I'll
portion
be
of his
fine again.
divine power,
But you'll have
so
to
that
run
it
around
might
with that mug of
destroy
yours
the
for
land.
life.
What a weird conversation. I really thought we might have
Hey, wait, you look familiar to me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before
And
somewhere,
Enos
right?
spoke to him, and the human became his
Here,
subject.
we found this
And
picture on
Enos
some
gave
bandits we
unto
picked up
him
a few
a
days
portion
ago.
of his
Looks a lot
divine
like
power,
you.
so that
Apparently,
he
those guys were
might
looking for
undo
you.
the work of Beliar.
No, you've got to be mistaken. Everything's fine with me.
Whatever you say, stranger. But if that happens to be your mug after all, and if you have some problems, keep them outside of this town. Things are difficult enough here as it is.
But with it, the
and
trees
strangers who
and
bring trouble into the
animals
city
were
don't
also
stay
washed
here
away.
long.
And
I hope I make
deep
myself clear.
sadness overcame Adamos.
Totally clear, Pablo. I understood.
And thus spake Adanos to his brothers, never again shall you walk upon my land.
Brian, what's this? Ah, this was the other blacksmith.
Hey, you! I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. Brian will have finished his apprenticeship soon, and then he'll leave the city. Are you good for anything?
If you mean, do I know blacksmith's work?
No, that's not what I meant. Sooner or later, the orcs are going to lay siege to the city, and then the only men who will count will be those who are in a position to defend our city. And I won't take on anyone as an apprentice who will disgrace me by fleeing the city with the women and the good-for-nothings, instead of holding the fort here with the men.
I'm not a good-for-nothing.
Those are big words. Can you back them up with big deeds?
What are you getting at?
Bring me an orc's weapon. Orcs have been seen near the city. With a bit of luck, you won't have to search for long. If you manage to bring one down, I'll take you on as an apprentice, provided the other masters agree.
Let's talk again about that orc thing.
What?
Your orc is as good as dead.
Good. Then stop wasting your breath and let your deeds speak for themselves.
Okay, an orc, we have been told a couple of times now, is obviously a hard enemy. So let's see how that in the end is going to turn out. I don't remember. We haven't talked to them in the last stream, I think, to most of them here.
You're new in town, huh?
Yes, and what about you?
I've come from the mainland, and now I'm hanging around here. I'm almost out of gold, so all I can do now is join the militia, I guess. But I don't want to do that. I won't be slaughtered by those orcs on the king's behalf.
What can you tell me about the militia?
One of the Paladins has taken command. A certain Lord Andre. He's trying to mobilize half the city in case the orcs attack. But you need to be a citizen of the town in order to be admitted. As far as I know, if you're not a citizen, you can train anyway. But you won't be officially admitted.
What else can you tell me about Lord Andre?
He has taken over the position of judge as well. If you cause any trouble in this town, you're gonna have to answer to him. I was once in a brawl with a citizen. He went crying to Lord Andre and ratted me out. That little matter cost me 50 gold pieces. I was lucky that it happened at night, or others would have witnessed it. The more people complain about you in this town, the higher your penalty will be.
Who did you fight with?
With a fellow named Valentino. He often hangs out in the tavern near the temple. I'm not usually a violent person, but that guy needed his face rearranged in the worst way.
Has anything exciting happened?
You could say that. They robbed Bosper the bowmaker. What a brazen thing to do, I tell you. The fellow just ambled into the shop in broad daylight and grabbed himself a bow. And Bosper right after him, hollering, "Stop right there, you rogue!" But the thief was too fast.
And that strange Valentino guy we have met too. Not, well, strange is, I think, the right thing to say. At least, well, I didn't like him too, so I understand that. Let's see.
Halt! Only the citizens of the town and the king's troops can get into the upper end of the town.
Don't say you didn't know that.
I'm a respected citizen of Corinus. Let me pass.
You are the dirt under my fingernails. Make yourself scarce.
Okay, I thought with the ring.
I'm telling you.
Can't go on like this forever.
You asked for it.
Now I've got you.
Die, bastard.
It's the first I've heard of it.
I have made a huge mistake though. I should have fucking saved the game. Oh goodness. Okay, but
That in this place,
I did not expect them to actually kill us. So we quickly go through the conversations in order to get the diary updates.
Trees as well as animals, wolves as well as sheep, and last of all,
Okay, now the Pablo guy ain't around.
And Adanos was pleased with what
Who's telling us about them bandits? Okay, I guess this is Pablo.
Hey, you, wait. You look for... What do you want?
I've seen...
Here. No, you... What?
Okay, we have... Okay, I'm always pressing the wrong button for inventory. I am sorry. So wanted... wanted note. A picture of me. Can I actually... Is that us? At least the hairs and everything looks the same. Too bad.
Hey.
So let's... then get the Orc Quest. Okay. That should be it with that. And one more talk we, so to say, need to skip to fast travel around. Is actually talking to him.
Hey, you're new in town. I've come from the mainland.
I'm sorry, you might argue I have a little tick there. But well, this is just a weird little me. So we did that fast.
Really not my problem.
So, and now the weird part for me comes. We can't get past the guards, right? I thought with the ring we might get past them to the higher levels of the town. Maybe we just need to get to become a citizen, but let's have one little chat.
Hey, you!
Ah, fresh face. You're not from Corinus, are you? This is not a good time for travelers. Bandits everywhere, no work, and now the farmers have risen up too. What winds have blown you here?
I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about carpentry?
The only thing I can make out of wood is a fire.
And what about locks?
Well...
I'm sorry, but I can't use you if you know nothing about my trade. And I have no money to pay for an apprentice.
So, you know a lot about locks.
What good is a fine chest without a fine lock? I make my own locks. That way, I can at least be sure I haven't built my chest that sturdy for nothing. A poorly made lock is easy to break. And there are plenty of thieves about in Corinus, especially lately.
Can you teach me how to pick locks?
I don't know whether you can be trusted or not. For all I know, you might be one of those layabouts who only come to town to empty the chests of honest people. I'm not going to teach you anything before I'm convinced that you're an honest fellow.
Can you sell me some lockpicks?
Well, all right, but they won't be of any use to you as long as you don't know how they work.
Have you had an apprentice before?
Yes, and not too long ago.
And what happened?
His name is Elvrich. He's my nephew. I was quite pleased with him, actually, but one day he simply didn't show up for work.
Where is Elvrich now?
How would I know? He kept hanging around that filthy brothel by the harbor. I wouldn't be surprised if he's still warming the bed of some whore down there.
How long has it been since you saw him?
I guess it must be about 2 weeks.
Have you reported that to the militia?
Of course I have. They were supposed to catch him and see to it that the lazy bones does his work. But I already regret that. He can do whatever he wants. Sooner or later he'll realize he'll get nowhere in Corinus without a decent job.
Is that so? What do you know about the Paladins?
Not much. They arrived by ship 2 weeks ago from the mainland. Since then, they have withdrawn to the upper end of town. Nobody here really knows exactly why they have come. Many are afraid of an attack by the orcs. I suppose, however, that they are here to quell the farmers' rebellion.
Do you know anything about the Peasants' Rebellion?
Rumor has it that Onar, the landowner, has hired mercenaries to keep the king's troops from breathing down his neck. He was probably tired of having to throw his harvest along with his livestock at paladins and militia. All we notice of this in town is that the food prices keep rising. Onar's farm lies far to the east of here. We wouldn't know if there's any fighting going on there. And if you want to know more, ask the merchants in the marketplace. They get around the island more than I do.
Okay, so he gave us a few informations. And we should actually, since at least that is a little plan, join the mercenaries. We might need to find that farm. But guys, I'm actually going to do a very, very quick break, but I'll be back in a couple of seconds, I hope. Alright, and we can go on. That is nice. Ah, yes, I wanted to talk to him.
What do you want?
I wanted to have a look around here.
Then where exactly are you headed?
What interesting things are there to see here?
There's a cat house here and a tavern. The landlord's name is Cardiff. If it's information you want, he'll be the right person to talk to. Do you, need money, by the way?
Are you giving it away?
No, but right across the street here is the house of Lamar, the Moneylender. I'm sure he'll give you a few gold pieces. Just go ahead.
Do you work for Lamar?
Smart kid.
Actually, I was on my way to the upper quarter.
Yeah, right. And I was about to board a ship and have it take me to the king for an audience. People like you and me haven't been allowed in the upper quarter since the Paladins came.
Are you a citizen of this town?
If you mean do I live here? Yeah, But still they won't let me into the upper quarter. Only the toughs can get in there, or the merchants and craftsmen from the lower end of town. The people from the harbor district don't carry much weight in Corinth. There isn't even a regular militia patrol down here.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
Not long ago, the city guards turned the entire harbor district upside down. They were searching for stolen property. There have been plenty of thefts here lately, especially in the better quarters. They're obviously trying to blame the poor suckers at the harbor for everything.
Okay, so we have done a lot of talking to people here in this first bit of stream, I'm sorry, and that is actually, I guess, gonna go on like that. I don't know if we enter this building, if that is actually already... him we needed to talk to.
How's it going?
How much do you want?
What do you mean, how much?
I'm the Moneylender and you came to me. What could you want from me? Money, of course.
Oh, then I was a little bit mistaken. Okay, I would like to steal that, but that is not what we are going to do, sadly enough. Okay, on the one hand, we can actually talk to the merchants, right?
Hey! Show me...
Okay, I thought since Thorben, one of the last guys, actually told us we could or should talk to the merchants, I had the hope that this would actually help out. So, I'm sorry, I'm gonna save again, but in the last and first Gothic stream we were actually, well, killed by him, I think, so better be careful.
Trying to pick another fight with me, are you? He should have known better.
You know your way about the harbor, don't you?
Sure thing. Why? Some problems solve themselves.
What kind of rumors are floating about?
Around here, we don't like people who ask too many questions. Especially not if they're strangers.
It's not what I heard.
Why don't I see any militia?
They don't dare come in here. We take care of things ourselves.
You listen to the wrong people.
How's the shipping traffic?
And the only ship that's come here recently is the Paladins ship. It's over there, behind the rocky ridge to the southwest. You already know what I think.
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay, this is what I feared. I'm currently...
I never knew that.
I don't know exactly what to do. That is a little bit of a problem. But we will have those two talks and then we'll see how it goes on.
I haven't got time to chat with you. Talk to Cardiff if you want information.
How are things?
If you want something to drink, you'll have to order it.
I bet you overhear a lot of things.
So what's that to you?
I've always got an open ear for news.
Have you got your purse open then? Every piece of information I give you will cost 10 gold pieces.
I'll give you no more than 5 for your information.
What? 5 gold pieces? Are you trying to ruin me? Let's make it 7.
Okay, 7 gold pieces sounds fair.
A wise decision. Well, so if there's anything you want to know, ask me.
I need information. What do you know about the missing citizens?
All I know is that some people have vanished during the last few days. It's especially bad down here at the harbor, they say. Maybe you should ask around here a bit. There were some cases in the lower part of the city, too. If you want to know more, you should talk to Corrigan. He has his tavern in the lower part of town, and he's likely to hear a thing or two. Halvor, the fish merchant down by the quay, might know something too. Many people frequent him.
Who counts among the influential citizens in this town?
You won't find anyone down here at the harbor. The only powerful man here is Lamar. The Moneylender is not very popular, but he has gold, and other influential citizens owe him money. The merchants and craftsmen also have a lot of influence. Too much, if you ask me.
Who's in debt to Lamar?
If you want to know that, you should take a look in his ledger. Only it might be pretty difficult to do that without him noticing. As far as I know, he always carries it with him.
Where can I find work?
You're not likely to find work down here at the harbor. You need to go to the craftsman in the lower part of town for that. But if you wield a decent blade, you could go challenge Ulrich. He fights for gold behind the warehouse.
Okay, this was okay. You might argue that that actually was a little bit of a waste of money. Well, not actually time, but money. But he told us that there is another pub here, right?
Hey!
Hey, do you need fish? Get your fish here.
Can you tell me something about those missing people?
Let's see if
Missing
that
people?
is actually
This is a harbor, pal. Things like that are bound to
something
happen.
new information.
The sea is treacherous and bound to claim a life now and then. Captains of large vessels will always sign on new sailors in a large seaport such as Corinth to complete their cruise. And if they don't find any volunteers, some people may get dragged off against their will, and then they're gone.
Are you missing someone?
Me? No.
Do you know of anyone who's gone missing?
No idea. Ask the shipbuilders.
Nobody wants to know.
What ship would that have been?
Good question. Not many ships have come into Corinth lately. That is true.
Will it ever change?
Okay. That wasn't what I expected, to be honest. Okay, we definitely need to find the pub.
Don't tell this to anyone. I can't take care of everything for everyone.
Who are the important figures in this town?
The Paladins hold the upper quarter.
Okay, sorry. I thought since one of those two twins was actually saying something about, well, something secretly, I had the hope that we get some new information there. No. Just a citizen. Okay, this might be a little waste, but before, I'm gonna save soon, don't worry. But is this a fish there in the bed? Well, it's gone. Talk again to the fisherman. Maybe we can, or we have a different dialogue action now available. You never know. I still don't really know how this game is actually completely working out. And on the other hand, we then... Okay, nothing. We might then, if we don't find the pub soonish, we are actually gonna go through the diary. That's too bad. Something I did not want to do. And since we could actually, the hint was giving, right? Talk to the shipbuilders, which we did, and we didn't get any cool information there.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
No idea. You tell me.
Okay, that's the map maker.
Hey!
Let's see.
What's going on?
The biggest problem we have is that there aren't enough.
Okay. So I have to say, sadly, I'm lost. That is not feeling good, to be honest. Just normal citizens. But with this guy we haven't talked yet.
Why are you hammering?
For days now, I've been desperately trying to fix the leaks in my house. The rafters have been crumbling away ever since we had those rainfalls recently. Soon everything's gonna come down around my ears.
I would say that again was a waste of time. Okay, the fungus there we can't take with us. That is too bad. Ooh, that's gonna smell wonderful, right? Ah, this one told us about
Boy,
two.
that lunatic's hammering is wearing me down.
Who are you talking about?
Can't you hear that hammering? Who do you think hammers all day long in the Harbor District? I mean that lunatic felon. He takes the hammer to his hut every day.
I could take care of Felon.
You want to help me? What's in it for you?
You tell me.
Oh, that's how it is. All right, if you can get him to stop hammering, I'll pay you 25 gold pieces. But I'll tell you one thing right now. You can't talk to the guy. He's nuts. The only thing that will help is a few decent punches.
If I beat him up, I'll just get into trouble with the militia.
Down here at the harbor, no one pays much attention to brawls. But if you steal around here, or mess with the sheep, you'll be in trouble.
I'll see what I can do.
You can think about it. Remember, I'll pay you 25 gold coins.
Is this guy drunk? At least it sounds like that.
Are those your sheep?
The only one that belongs to me is the one that answers to the name of Lucy. That's my wife, Lucy. The sheep belong to the militia. All the sheep they collect from the farmers, they bring to me.
And how are the sheep?
Felon's hammering is going to drive them crazy. One of these days, they'll go completely to pieces.
Okay, so we will talk to the madman again. And I gotta save. Very, very important, since you never know how this fight is actually going to escalate.
Hey!
But let's do some talking. At first, you know, first words, then punching or actions.
Hello? Are you feeling quite well?
Fine, just as long as I manage to get all this repaired in time.
Hey, you! Could you stop hammering?
Nah, I have to finish this.
I'll give you 10 gold pieces if you stop that hammering.
Hey, that's very generous of you. But as to your gold, you can... Well, you know what you can do with it.
Just quit hammering, okay?
Just try not to bug me too much, okay?
Stop that hammering or I'll break every bone in your body.
Forget it, or I'll knock some sense into your head with my hammer.
Okay, that did not work out.
Hey, you! Hello?
Fine.
Wait a minute. Hello?
Fine.
He insisted he knew better.
Someone's gotta do the work.
You'll
Oh my God!
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
That's all Jess got.
So,
to the wrong people.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I'm no better off myself.
Don't you try that again.
Okay, he's not dead.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Hey, you!
Okay, so you beat me. Some heroic deed that was.
Will you stop hammering now, or do I have to thrash you again?
No, don't hit me anymore. I'll stop. But if everything collapses around here, it'll be your fault.
It's gonna get even worse.
The thing is, I mean, we didn't kill him, right? So that's first of all good and the important part. But we actually, that might have been bad. I bloody looted him, didn't I? We at least have a hammer and his gold a little bit. So I don't know whether that was the best decision to make, but at least we can now tell him. And we never know what's going to happen if we enter the building and...
What do you want here? Go!
You've got no business being here.
Hey, you're not quite as stupid as you look.
Okay, so that was the wrong decision, obviously, but you never know. I thought because she was called Lucy, we just saw her name, I thought, well, let's enter and take a look, but no, not wanted. But now we can talk to him.
Felon will hammer no longer.
Hear that? No more hammering. At last, I thought the fellow would never quit. You've done me a huge favor. You know what? I'll give you 30 gold pieces.
And how are the
The sheep eat and get fatter and fatter. Just like my wife.
Okay. That is done. Although I'm obviously not certain what that actually, how that helped us out. Okay, she's just a citizen. So I suggest we are going to find us some nice place to sleep. Carl. Ah, wait a second. To him we haven't talked, right?
Hey, you!
Maybe... I'm sorry. These are a lot of names, obviously. I've forgotten some of them. That's a shame. Okay, I do not want to go into a house. I want to get this day over, since it is dark, and I think on YouTube it's actually getting a little bit too dark. So I tend to skip the nights. How that in the end is... Can we sleep here? No, we can only sit. Okay. Want to skip nights. This is... I'm capturing this game in... Not game capture mode, so to say, but in display capture mode. Which means... And that's the amazing part, that I can't really adjust the gamma, so it's not getting too bright like I actually would like to want it to be.
Wait a minute.
But, well, okay, we already have talked to him. So one next step to do, we could get up here, try to get past those guardsmen and have a little chat up there. And then we could still talk to some merchants, but I rather safe, to be honest. Okay, let me actually check the time. Okay.
I've got no touching that. You can't rely on that.
But he knew that all along.
Nothing amazes me.
Okay. For a second thought we could not get through here.
I've heard a thing or two.
But here is Martin. Let's have a little chat with him.
Hey, you have no business up here. Only Paladins and those of us in the militia have access here.
What's up here then?
This is the provisions store of the Royal Guard of the Paladins. I am the provisions master here, and I'm responsible for seeing to it that none of the Paladin stuff goes astray, and you're not wanted here, so keep your hands to yourself or I'll chop them off.
Can you sell me any of the Paladin stuff?
You want to buy? Let's say that if you could compensate me for the trouble that will arise from the Paladin's things wandering off, then we might be able to do business.
Does that happen often? Things going astray?
As long as the provisions master says that everything is right, no.
I see. Farum the fisherman has problems with the militia. The boys are constantly stealing from him.
And what do I have to do with it?
You have a certain amount of influence up here with the Paladins. Farum needs your protection. He's willing to give you a part of his catch for it.
I see what you mean. Fish. As if I didn't have enough crap to deal with. Tell your pal he should come to me and tell me exactly what's up with the militia. I'll take care of it.
What do you have to offer?
Then pay attention.
Okay, that's good to know. He has... Oh goodness, Master Sword. There's actually stuff I would like to buy. But do you know what? Oh, Ring of Magic. The bummer obviously is that... Moderate fat, nice. That we don't have the money for it. Let me see, actually the damage is 120 on the Master Sword. So this is actually the most damage dealing one. Okay.
All the crates still there?
Don't touch anything or I'll call the watch. Got it?
Okay, at least now, so that's good. I mean, we have been going through the city now for nearly 1.5 hours. And now finally it feels like we did at least a little bit with talking to that dude up there, to Martin, in order to get something done for the fisherman. So we are going back, talk to him, and maybe do some progress. Once we are there, I'm actually gonna quickly go through the quest log. Lucia the horse or the golden dish. Okay, that's nothing for now. The water mages. Let me actually... Sorry, this is something we just need to do, right? I brought Laris the ornament from Vatras. He wants to take it to the water mages himself. I should accompany him. I took a message that Cavalon was supposed to deliver to water mage Vatras from a bandit. No, it's my task. Okay, that doesn't bring us any much right now. Let's then talk. If he would like to talk. It's in use.
I know how to resolve your trouble with the militia.
And how would that be?
Martin, the provisions master of the Paladins, wants to hear your story about the militia and the fish.
And you think he can make the militia leave me alone?
At least that's what he said.
Great, thank you. I cannot give you much, but wait. I found this strange blue stone on one of the islands off the coast of Cardiff. I don't think it's worth a whole lot, but someone like you will certainly find a use for it.
So, how are the fish biting?
I've seen better times.
Okay. We helped him out. But in the end, I mean, we haven't received... I mean, okay, it has a value of 100. That's quite amazing. And that we can sell. That is actually really, really amazing. But I still, again, have no clue at all where and what to do next. Okay, if I remember correctly, we can try to talk to the merchants.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
What I haven't said yet, today's stream is actually not gonna be 3 hours long like the other streams. It's gonna be around 2 hours, so not the complete stream time today. I'm sorry. But I'm actually gonna play a little bit on the PlayStation afterwards, together with a buddy of mine, hopefully. If his download actually has completed. Okay, to this dude we have talked. Oh no. Could you... please swim up? Thank you. This is a little bit inconvenient. I thought... holy crap. Okay, I thought there was a way down. A proper way, which there is. I didn't want to jump down in the corner there, obviously.
About those missing people. Tell me what you know.
The first was William, one of the fishermen here in Corinus.
That we know?
One day he simply didn't return.
That we already know?
At first we thought that one of those sea monsters, but not too long afterwards. Everyone's at a loss so far.
Okay, that we already had. That won't work out.
I cannot leave.
And I'm sorry if you are taking a look at the subtitles. Sometimes they are sometimes in different languages, like German. I'm sorry, but
someone's got to do the work.
Yep, that's the thing. If you, you know, if you have, so to say, community patches for older games.
That's what I've always said.
Okay, at least the walking around here has one good part. I'm slowly beginning to memorize the city. At least the beginning parts here. Okay, to this dude we have not yet... okay, it's not alive.
Welcome to my shop, stranger. I am Basper. I craft bows and trade in furs. What brings you to Corinus?
I need to get into the upper quarter.
Where the Paladins are? Forget it. You need to be a respected citizen here, or at least hold a decent job. As a stranger, you stand no chance of getting in.
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. The last one just gave up his job 2 days ago. Do you know anything about hunting then?
Well...
I could teach you how to skin animals. I'll pay you well for every skin you bring me.
Why did your apprentice give up his job?
All he said was that it had become too dangerous out there. If you're really interested, then you can ask him yourself. His name is Bartok. He's probably hanging out near Corrigan's Tavern. Go through the underpass from the smithy, then you're headed straight for it.
I've heard that someone stole from you.
Who told you that? Probably Bartok, huh? Didn't he have anything better to tell you? Oh, well, let me tell you, if I get hold of this bastard, he can say his prayers. I left the shop for only a moment. When I came back, I could only just see him leave, with my bow on his shoulder. I called the guards right away, but the lowlife ran towards the harbor, and they lost him there. I lit a bonfire under their asses then, and they searched the entire harbor district. But they didn't find a thing. Those bumbling lackeys. I bet my bow is still in town somewhere. I informed the guards on both city gates, and they haven't seen anyone leave with my bow. When I get my hands on that bastard...
I want to start as your apprentice.
Before I take you on, I need to know, of course, whether you're any good at all.
What do you want me to do for you?
I will teach you how to skin an animal, and you will bring me, let's say, half a dozen wolf skins. Then I'll know that you have learned your trade. If it doesn't take you forever, and if the skins are in acceptable condition, I will take you on if you like.
Okay, that's actually the thing. We need to get to the upper cities, and we can, so to say, get, or become, get is the wrong word there, right? Become a decent citizen here by getting a job. That is very, very good. And we need to get some wolf skin. As far as I remember... bloody hell. Okay, we have killed, obviously, we have killed some wolves in the last stream, but I got 10 learning points. The thing is, do I want to invest them into skinning? I would rather say... to actually in the end then do something here, we are going to take a look on the outside.
Oh, no one may enter the storeroom!
Okay, careful. These guards can kill us or will kill us very, very...
No funny business. One more step and I'll hack you to bits.
Okay, good enough for me. We are on the outside. I might save too often, I know. I'm sorry for that. But I rather be... I rather save one time more than... I rather do it one time too often than... We know one thing, these guys we have already engaged in last stream, and they were actually too powerful there for us. I remember that, but since we have a level up, I had to hope that we might be able to take them down. Okay, I'll stay at the walls. Maybe we don't get any aggro. And we're just going to take a look around. Okay. We again have learned, oh my goodness, this is even, I have to say, a little bit embarrassing actually. All that dying, I'm so sorry. But lesson learned. I will try out one more thing. We know that these guys are actually too powerful, right? Lesson learned. We are not going to try it out another time. But so to say, we are going to, let's say it like that, going through the outer parts of the city to maybe find an entryway on the other hand. Okay, I give it up. We are then going to the other side of the entryway. Oh goodness. Okay, everything's basically too powerful for us. And you've seen how much damage. I mean, yes, sometimes we do crit damage, sometimes not. But we didn't do enough damage to the wildlife. The question, of course, is... Oh, hello, healing plant. If there's anything here... Oh, rusty sword. If there's anything which is actually Okay, too much strength. This one we can't, probably won't. Okay, can't yet. Oh, wait a second, that I didn't see. It does 20 damage compared to the 30, so not an upgrade at all. The thing is, safe, we have found a new item. If the way I'm going here actually holds more enemies which are too powerful for us. But that we only can find out by going that way. Another rusty sword at... Holy crap. I totally should have been prepared for that, because I've seen those... I've seen the back of those guys on the top of the ledge, and well, I meant there, you see their tail. And what we heard too is the scream they made when we got their aggro. This one. Okay. I like. And we are quickly going to eat a little bit in order to restore health. Which is good, and which is the thing we need to do. Okay, oh goodness. And obviously what we have to do is save the game. So this feels good, at least we... You could argue quite by accident. We killed them rats, but... we did a couple of good hits there in my opinion. Nothing less. So, let's see where this path is actually going to take us. I mean, for the loot which is lying around here, it is actually already worth the way, I think. Holy goodness, I should not by accident drop down there. Let me save one more time and see if we can go to the left, if that is actually possible. That would be cool. Oh goodness, nice. I like that. Can we get up here? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, it would be absolutely amazing if I would get... Okay, that is not working out. But we can get up to the left, and that is where we are going to have a quick stroll to. Okay, is this like a sideway, a pest? We are definitely going to die on the course of the next live streams. We are going to die very, very often. That I can already promise you from the experiences I had in this stream and in the last stream. So just in case, what I said before is totally true. What's the wrong word? No, I wanted to say 20 more minutes is the most. I'm then gonna switch the stream off and be gone. Just in case anyone is actually watching on later too and is wondering. Is this the fight music? Are we engaged? Yes. Okay, I wonder if we can get in from this side.
Hey, not so fast. Strolling about alone out here is dangerous. Where do you come from?
From one of the farms.
A farmer, eh? Then you shouldn't be walking along these dangerous paths all by yourself. Who knows who might be lying in wait for you?
What's so dangerous out here?
Many things. For one thing, there's the bandits. They'd polish off a little wimp like you for breakfast. If the bandits don't catch you, then the wild animals in the forest or the mercenaries roaming around will take care of you. So first get yourself some decent armor before you go out. I bet you'll be yelling for my help after the next bend in the road.
Just assuming I would fall back on your help. How much would that cost me?
I am merely a humble servant of the king, and would not enjoy fleecing a helpless little citizen of the realm. But you know, if you put it like that, I wouldn't object to a little financial backing to promote our future business relationship. 10 gold coins should do for starters. What do you think?
Why not? Here's your 10 coins.
Terrific. If you need my help, you know where to find me, but please do me a favor. Don't come to me with any trifles. I can't stand that, you hear?
Okay, I'm not certain whether that was the right shot to give him the 10 coin, but why not? We then turn here, and let's see if they let us in.
Halt!
Oh, what is it?
You know that only too well. We
I
have
know.
no use for troublemakers in our town.
This is the...
Why do you think we should let you in?
Okay, this is on this part of the town we have already been. But I... am a little bit confused, to be honest, that... to tavern... I'm confused that... to lighthouse. We had a talk about lighthouse, right? About the lighthouse. I'm confused that... we should have the passage, right?
Another one of those things.
Halt!
No, what is...
You know that we have no... Why do you...
Come here, you filthy...
I had the hope they would help us out. The guardsmen, I of course meant. This is going to be a painful experience for me. To actually find out which of the enemies are troublemakers, or which of the enemies are too tough for us. This is going to be a very, very hard lesson for me to learn. Since what you see, I mean, yes, you might say from how big the enemy is that this is gonna make a difference or something. There's no indication of enemy level or what kind. There's just a size indication. So I'm absolutely, since I'm a total Gothic noob, I have no clue what is a too powerful enemy and what not. Okay, I think if I can't... Okay, all those save slots. If I'm not able to get around this one, we have one more... I give myself one more try with the wolf. If I don't get past, I'll just pass, and for the last couple of minutes we are going to search town. What the right thing to do. Or what I could try with good faith. I'm actually gonna drop down. No conversation, buddy, please. And I do hope that we actually get in town differently. That is the hope I have. So don't know if... Are they still following us? No. Okay, nice. Okay, so my... I don't want to call it play style, but my way in... Okay, there are rats. That was lucky. That was really, really lucky. I like it. Well, not being lucky, obviously, but having luck from time to time. And at least, I mean, yes, probably the output here, so to say, is not worth it, since... Please don't get stuck. Since we... For the regeneration, we probably have... We have eaten more HP. We have eaten more meat than we actually have got out of them. I want to kill it for the 10 experience points. Okay. Not possible. That makes me sad, to be honest. It's cool that we don't really need to fight through all of the enemies, that we at most parts actually can just find a way around. That makes it a little bit... Did I just say... Yeah, I did save, yes. Because with those, so to say, tight battles... Okay, there's another farm up here. Could that be the farm for the mercenaries? Is that actually possible? I hope I saved. I do hope I not saved but loaded the right game there. No, I did not. Bloody hell. I'm sorry. It confused me. Okay, I'd say we are going to make one more try up there. Maybe we can get past the bull. Was it the bull? Maybe we can get past the animal. And then I'm actually gonna call it a day.
You're in for it now. You deserve that, lowlife.
Okay. That went quick, but that then leaves us right now to the end of today's live stream. In the next one, which will be on Sunday, beginning at the same time, German time, it's 9:45. No, 8:45. I'm confused. We will actually go on with Gothic. For anyone who watches the stream later on, not the stream but the video, I really thank you for watching. I am thankful for everyone who watches and tunes in. The one guy or the one girl who's actually right now in stream, thank you for that. That means the world for me. Everyone who's watching means the world to me. And we will obviously go on here on Sunday with the next stream, and probably, well, not probably, the next stream is gonna be longer. We here in Berlin have Monday off, so I'm thinking to actually make the next stream a little bit longer. Not certain, but that we are going to find out on Sunday. As I said, thank you for everyone who tuned in, for actually anyone who tuned in, and anyone who's actually taking a look later on. Thank you, and hopefully you tune in the next time on Sunday, same time as usual. Thank you so much. Goodbye.